Righto, how's it going? I want to do a quick video on how to tune in the SQ1000. I haven't done that yet, so it's time we did one. Basically, what is this indicator? This indicator goes through and identifies pressure. That's its primary objective, to find areas of pressure, and it puts an arrow on the chart when the pressure's there. The direction of the arrow, whether it's green or red, is determined by the trend. So here we have a trend of a 180 on a daily chart, so that's a 6-month trend. And the trend, if it's falling, the arrows are red, and if the trend is rising, the arrows are green. So that's the only difference whether you're buying or selling. And the calculation is opposite as well. So anyway, that's another story. So here we go. We've got an area of pressure here. This is all pressure. So there's selling pressure. The price has come up, and the selling pressure has started, and the price just has a lot of trouble getting higher because there's pressure there. There's sellers, a group of sellers hanging around in this zone, here, and that's what's doing it. You know, it comes up, it can't get up, and it's being pressured there. You know, it's a bit of a funny thing to identify. It's a hard thing to identify as well. So how does it work? Basically, it's done here. There's other numbers done behind the scene that you can't see, but we take a 6 EMA and we grow it exponentially, and we want it to be within a zone. So what's happening is the 6 EMA is not moving outside of this zone, 12 cents, $3.20, so 12-cent zone. This 6 EMA grown exponentially is within that zone, within a 12-cent zone. So if we reduce the number, we'll get more arrows because it's easier to fit a 4 EMA into a 12 zone, and we get more arrows. If we went a higher number, we would get less arrows because it's harder to fit that 12 EMA into a 12-cent zone. We get less arrows. So what we're doing is we're asking the market for a visually acceptable number, and that's the easiest way to do it, is basically to pull up a chart. You know that on a daily chart you want to be with the 6-month trend. Some are different. Some are working on a 3-month trend, which would be a 120 or a 90 or something like that, 3 or 4 months. And yeah, go from there. So just go through this real quick. Here you can see a trend change. It's swapped from green to red, so the 6-month EMA has rolled over and is now falling. There's pressure in the market. The price can't get up any higher, and you get a good move out of that. Price comes back up. There's sellers coming in here and keeping the price down. They run the stops a bit and get it down, and then you get that drop off after it. Here's another one. So the price is really dropping here because the pressure was formed in the market without it rallying up. Here it had to rally up to get pressure in the market, and then you get that drop off. So that's the thing I noticed. You get good moves out of this. You know, when the pressure builds, it's hit a point of saturation, and that's what this is trying to identify as points of pressure. So same thing here, pressure in the market, away you go, pressure, you know, and that's it. So now That's for a $1.80. See the price around $1.80, $1.70. If we go to another stock, so we go up to a $3.30 stock. Oops, better close that. Go to another one. Righto, see the arrows are all different because a 12-cent zone is going to be a lot smaller on this chart, so you need to make your zone bigger. You need to increase it to 20 cents. Now we've got a lot of arrows both ways, and we've got all this blue stuff. This is not a good trend trading stock. Basically, in this zone here, it's just telling you to stay away from it. Here was some good ones. It's come up. You got a bit of pressure, so to get that better, you would consider your EMA. Maybe if you took it up a little bit higher, less arrows. We're starting to squash in a bit together, so we go for a 5. Increase this to, I want to increase it to 30 and see what happens. There you go, much nicer and neater. There you go. This is whenever you get these blue lines, it's range trading. Yeah, and that's, pretty much it. Cleans it up a lot better, but this is all range trading, so you stay out. So you just want, what you want is a nice chart with a nice little group, really tight group of arrows is what we're looking for. So we'll keep moving up, we'll go up to a higher one. And another range trading style thing. They're brambles. Yep, so this isn't too bad. But this zone here is probably a bit too big. So we would look at reducing the size of the zone so we're getting patches, a bit more patchy. And now we've lost the stuff over here, so we're going to have some little stuff in here. And basically, yeah, something like that is what you want, where you got nice patches of arrows. A nice little patch of arrows. Nice little patches. And again, this stock, I wouldn't be rushing too much for this stock. But we can keep going through until we find something that's worth looking at. Well, this one wasn't too bad. It kept giving you the buys in here. Worked out quite well. And that's about it. Yeah, here we go. Some nice patches of arrows. Not too bad. It's hard to get a good stock. Not like Forex. Right, we've moved too far out. There should be a lot more stuff going on here, you'd think, because there's a bit of a trend going there. So let us enlarge the zone. Righto, to summarise, basically you're going through and identifying zones, not all stocks are worth trading. Some of them you just got to stay away from. But this one's, it's giving you some sell signals, some buy signals, some sell signals. That's the nature of that particular stock. You can keep working through, and anything that's in that rough price range, it'll give you, and you can just look back. You can look back at this and see that that's just a mess. And trying to trade this is probably a bit of a disaster. Land in tears. This one's probably a bit better. You can see some good quick trades in here. Sell it, sell it, sell it. Stopped out, buy it, stopped out, sell it, stopped out. So yeah, another one not worth really rushing. Oh, this isn't too bad, this one. Buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. Buy it, you get stopped out, sell it, stopped out, trend change, buy it, sell it, sell it, sell it, so that's not too bad. BHP. Yeah, just keep going through, and as the price gets dearer, you're going to have to increase the size of your zone and possibly change the EMA. So, the key, and just, you can pretty quick. Oh, that one wasn't too bad. Buy it here. So, yeah, if you're not getting good, clean picks off a stock, move on to another stock. It's going to identify good trading stocks first. So the problem with this here is the zone is obviously way too big. Let's leave that and see what happens. Still too big. There we go. This is what I'd prefer, is something that looks a bit more like this, just a couple of good little entries, and you get a trade in, you come back in a couple of months and have another go. Yeah, that's about it. Alright, no worries. See, here you go.